Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jay and today I'm going to be showing you how to make the perfect pork chop. If you've been with us before, welcome back, but if you're new here, think about subscribing for more recipe videos and cooking tips and tricks. My name is Jay and this is Broil LA. So we've gone kind of easy on you the past couple episodes, so we're gonna do some meat today. So here I have an amazing double cut pork chop from our friends over at milkandeggs.com. If you're in the LA area, you can check out the description below for a promo code. And I'm just gonna season this with some salt and pepper. And I'm gonna put my pan over medium-high heat with a little bit of grapeseed oil. Once our oil is heated up, we're gonna throw in our pork chop. So we're gonna let our pork chop cook on the first side for 3 to 4 minutes until golden brown, and then we're gonna flip it over, add about a tablespoon of butter, a whole head of garlic, which I've just sliced the top off, as well as a bunch of thyme. After a couple minutes on the second side with all that butter and thyme and garlic, we're gonna tilt our pan and start basting the first side. After about another 3 minutes basting on that first side, we're gonna flip it again and then baste the second side as well for a couple minutes. Now this pork chop is actually really thick, it's double cut, so if your pork chop is thinner, you might need to stop or reduce some of the times, but this one is pretty thick, so I'm gonna keep cooking it. With a pork chop this thick, you also want to make sure that you're flipping it on the sides and getting a good sear on those sides as well. And make sure to keep basting. All right, so we got a beautiful color on all sides of our pork chop, so we're gonna take this out to rest on a plate. And then we're gonna use all this amazing stuff in this pan to make our sauce. All right, so we're gonna reduce the heat in our pan to about medium-low. And then to our pan, we're gonna be adding about a tablespoon or two of minced shallot, and then maybe half of a cup of diced Braeburn apples. All right, so we're gonna let our apples and our shallots caramelize in that butter for a couple minutes until brown, and then we're gonna be adding a little bit of whiskey. Now, after you put your whiskey in, you might need to increase the flame just so we can flambe it real quick. All right, so once all the flames have gone away, that means the alcohol is burned off and we're just left with that nice whiskey flavor in our sauce. So at this point, I'm gonna be adding maybe half of a cup of vegetable broth. And we're also gonna throw in about 3 clove seeds and a cinnamon stick. So after a couple minutes, our sauce is now reduced. So we're gonna be taking out the things we're not gonna wanna eat later. So the cinnamon stick, the cloves, and the thyme sticks. We're also gonna be taking out the garlic head, but we're gonna save that to do something special with it. So we're now gonna be adding about 1/3 of a cup of heavy cream, along with about a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and maybe a teaspoon of whole grain mustard. All right, so we're gonna wanna finish our pork chop in this sauce. So just to loosen it up a little bit, I'm gonna add a little bit more of our vegetable stock, and then we're gonna put our pork chop back in to finish off cooking. So we're gonna cook our pork chop in the sauce until it gets to an internal temperature of around 140 degrees Fahrenheit. It should almost feel kind of like a medium well steak. So at this point, we're gonna turn off our heat, and then we're gonna finish up our sauce. So I'm gonna be adding maybe a half tablespoon or so of butter just to round it out. And then also a little bit of lemon juice. And we're gonna be using that garlic again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the garlic that we cooked in the sauce earlier and I'm gonna run it through a strainer. Just gonna shove it through with the back of our spoon right into our sauce. All right, so our pork chop on the sauce is finally done, so we get to start plating. Now, the perfect thing to go with this pork chop is mashed potatoes. So to plate, I'm gonna put a little bit of mashed potatoes on our plate, right in the center, and then just put our pork chop right on top, followed by our sauce, and then just finish the whole thing off with a little bit of chopped parsley. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what you saw, make sure to give it a like and let me know if you have any suggestions for future episodes in the comments down below. You can click this button to subscribe to our channel and check out some of our other videos over here. My name is Jay and this is Broil LA.